Everyone's favorite time of the year is approaching fast. We're talking about tax season. We're talking about when you calculate all of the money you may have made or may have lost over the last year in your investments, and you're wondering how much money are you going to have to pay, or how much money are you getting back from all of these taxes that you've had to pay. And unfortunately, depending on where you live, crypto is not exempt from this. You are going to have to pay taxes, and I am using Koinly to do my tax reports for crypto, and this is a platform, a software that I personally really like because it makes it super easy to do all of this, and we're going to go over exactly how you can do this. Now, I do have an affiliate code for this. If you are looking to get onto Koinly, you can save 15% on any of the plans you do decide to purchase. Again, that decision is entirely up to you, but just keep in mind that that is there if you wish to use it. Now, the first thing we need to understand is, of course, whether or not you live in Canada, in the States, or wherever else, you are going to have to pay taxes on your gains because these are essentially capital gains. And Koinly does offer tax reports for a multitude of different countries. So they do have the CRA for Canadians, they have the IRS for Americans, and a bunch of different others that I'm not going to pretend like I know. But if you're wondering if your country is supported or not, here is a quick list on some of these countries that are supported. And they also do say that depending on your country, all of these different methods of calculating your cost basis or calculating the actual amount of money you've made or lost, they are offering all of these tax reports for all of these different ways to calculate your cost basis. So they do support over 100 countries globally. Again, just have a look, see if your country is supported on Koinly. But if we get into exactly what will Koinly do for you and what it's done for me in the past, because I've used it last year and it really was a breeze. So essentially it can track everything. And if you have different wallets, if you are wondering whether or not you have centralized exchanges, you have decentralized wallets, and all of that, it is going to be able to track everything. And you only have to connect your wallet to Koinly, and then it essentially tracks all of your transactions for you. And what I do like is that it's super easy because it has that overview portfolio at the beginning here, and you are going to be quickly able to see your cost basis, your total value, as well as your unrealized gains, your income, and all of what you need to see on your portfolio. So that's number one. It's awesome. It's all amalgamated into one graph, and then you can also go into the details of it. Then we also see that you can literally import anything from anywhere, and they have a massive list of different blockchains, different centralized exchanges, different decentralized wallets. They have literally everything. And one of the reasons I went with Koinly is actually because of this, because other platforms I was looking at didn't necessarily have all of the blockchains I needed, and Koinly was one of them that literally had everything I used, which was awesome and made it super easy for me to actually connect everything. Now, if we take a look at that list of cryptocurrencies and blockchains, they have over 20,000 cryptocurrencies and over 170 blockchains, over 400 exchanges, and over 100 wallet providers. So like I said, they basically have everything here, and it makes it very easy to connect everything to Koinly. And lastly, you can download any of these tax reports and just send it off to your accountant. That's essentially what I did last year. But if you do your own taxes, you could even create a TurboTax, which is probably the number one online platform to do your taxes on if you're Canadian or American. You can download a TurboTax report and essentially just attach that to your taxes afterwards. So that's awesome. And again, it's very easy. It's going to generate any report you wanted to generate. Now, another great thing about Koinly is that you don't have to pay right up front. You can create an account, connect all of your wallets, and essentially get that summary view of your portfolio. And then the paywall appears when you want to create a tax report. So, of course, if you want to have that tax report, you are going to have to pay, but you can still go ahead and play with Koinly and attach your wallets to Koinly without having to pay initially. So that's obviously a benefit there as well. And if we go on to my dashboard, here is what you can see. This is not updated for this year. I do have to go ahead and update it, connect multiple more wallets to this because I've done a crazy amount of degenerate things this year with nodes, with NFTs, and all of that stuff. So I'm going to have to go ahead, spend some time and connect all of the new wallets that I have for this year. But just to give you a quick overview of what you can see when you log into your Koinly account, if you do decide to go with this, you see the total value, you see your cost basis, you see your unrealized gains. So hopefully I'm not actually down to $8,000 when I connect all of my other wallets, because if I did, well, I'm definitely going to have to reevaluate my degenerate plays. But all that to say is you have a little graph here, you have everything that you've invested in. As you can see, you have all of the different holdings. I mean, I don't have USDT anymore, I don't have MAI anymore and all of that. So again, it's not updated for this year, but just to get an idea of all of what you would see on your portfolio. And then you can essentially click the plus here and it's going to tell you everything and where it's coming from, whether or not it's coming from multiple wallets, whether or not it's coming from a centralized exchange, your cost basis, if that's how you're supposed to be reporting taxes, your gains, your losses, and all of that good stuff. So that's essentially your overview of your portfolio. That's your first page. But now if you go onto wallets, you can see I can connect all of the different wallets that I have. And as I said, I still need to update this for this year. And as you can see, it's synced about a year ago. So it hasn't updated everything. But as you can see, you have VeChain wallets, Tron wallets, Avalanche, all of these, all of the MetaMasks, all of what you can think of, everything is literally there. And if you want to add a wallet, well, you just simply click on add wallet, select the wallet you want, and you're basically on your way of doing so. Now for MetaMask, you are going to have to import every single one of these wallets. So you can't necessarily just import MetaMask. You're going to have to import MetaMask on Ethereum, Avalanche, Matic, all of the different networks that you actually use. So for example, if we click on AVAX, what you can do, you can either import it from a file if you've downloaded it onto your computer, but you can essentially set up the auto sync and you paste your public key in there and it's going to do the rest for you. So that's awesome. Again, super easy for Koinly to do so. Now, if we go back and we look at the transactions tab, this is where you can go and simply see all of the transactions and go line by line to see exactly what is happening and if there are mistakes that you have to correct. If there are some transactions that you need to go and dive into and correct for whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and do it on this transaction tab. Now you can filter through all of your transactions by type, whether it's a deposit, a trade, whatever the case may be, either by label and see exactly if it's a reward, if you're mining, if it's an airdrop, all of that stuff as well. And Koinly is also going to give you some warnings. So if the cost is missing from a transaction or if it's missing something, you can also filter it by the warnings and go ahead and adjust it as needed. Now you can obviously do it by wallet as well and by currency. And that's obviously a great thing because you can do it either via fiat or as well as cryptocurrency. Now, if we go on to the tax report tab, this is where you see all of your summaries, your capital gains, and everything you need, and then you'll be able to download your tax reports. But here is where the paywall comes into play. So you are going to have to pay in order to see this page and download your final report. Now, as we can see, I can toggle between the different years here, but as of now, because I haven't updated anything, it does say that I lost $871. Again, these numbers are not accurate, but we can see all of the transactions, all of the deposit withdrawals, all the trades, all of that good stuff. And then you can come all the way down here and essentially select the different report that you may want, and you'll be able to download that onto your PC and then either do that on your manual taxes or give that to your accountant. So they do have a lot of different reports that you can actually pick from. That is awesome. I used it last year and it went super well. And if we take a look at that report I sent in last year, we can see this is essentially what it generated. So we have all of the capital gains summary. As you can see, all of the other gains, the income. So last year I lost apparently $1,000 on crypto, probably because I bought some degenerate NFTs and some degenerate plays and thought I was going to become a millionaire overnight. And of course that did not happen. So you have all of that breakdown. You have the income summary as well as your expenses, the cost per trades and all of that stuff calculated for you if you are sending money to people as gifts and so on and so forth. And then you have the asset summary. So every single asset you have, it basically calculates all of that for you. So again, I've been loving Koinly. I'm going to use it again this year for all of my tax related stuff when it comes to crypto. And if we just take a look at the pricing for Koinly, if we go to the first page, we scroll all the way down, you can see the different pricing. And if you are doing a lot of transactions, well, you are, of course, going to have to pay a lot more money. So as you can see, the different pricing is dependent on the amount of transactions you have. So as I said, it is free to just play with Koinly and get that portfolio tracking. But as you can see, you can't have access to any of the tax reports. That's where the paywall comes in. So if you have, like me, over 10,000 transactions or over 3,000 transactions or whatever the case may be, you can see that this plan, if you have 10,000 plus transactions, is $349. Like I said, I do have a 15% discount code for any of these plans if you're looking to buy one. Again, it's still expensive, but when it comes to taxes, I'd rather have it done professionally. I'd rather have it done correctly than have the CRA or the IRS come back to me and say, you know what, everything's wrong here. You did it by yourself and you essentially owe us $5,000. So that's why I'm okay with paying a bit of money, let's say $400 for this to be done for me, and then have an accountant, pay an accountant as well, and have everything done legitimately so I don't have to worry about it and I can sleep well at night. So that's essentially the different prices for Koinly. Again, depending on how many transactions you have, go ahead, play with Koinly, see if you do like it or not. And like I said, you are only going to have to pay when it comes to these tax reports. So you can browse through all the different features here. And like I said, Koinly has done an amazing job for me, and that's basically why I wanted to share this product with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. I am going to leave that affiliate link down below if you want to use it. Again, you don't have to. It's completely up to you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try my best to answer them. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.